Alright guys, I watched this video for Tuesday, March 26th. You can see the SPY here ended up closing about where it opened. It just chopped above and below its open several times today before closing pretty much flat, which oftentimes yields a fairly boring day, and we certainly had that today too. Real nice teamwork on Roku for a nice trade today. But other than that, there wasn't much going on. I'm going to show you what I'm watching for tomorrow. This is ZSAN to me, ZSAN. Big pop and is still coiling. We've had a couple red days down to the bottom of the, I guess you call it kind of a pennant pattern. It hasn't broken the 20-day to the downside. I guess you could say briefly it did today intraday, but you know, if it's going to bounce, I need it to do it tomorrow, right around this 20-day. So it goes back on watch because to me the pattern is still intact. No trades in it today. NDRA had a really nice move here, and then a couple red days, but it's kind of sideways. This one also goes on bounce watch for tomorrow to see if it's ready to turn back up. It's a very strong stock, and a couple very low volume days that closed below its open. That might be enough to, you know, to have it reset and be ready for another leg. We'll see. Usually you want to see it for another day or two maybe. ATOS, not very bullish because you had the gap up, and then everyone from the gap up day is underwater. But it does seem to have found support at the 8-day, and you've got kind of a few days or 2 days in a row where it didn't break 4. The day before that it went to 407. So does this one need to consolidate, or is it ready to, you know, keep falling? I don't know, but I kind of like it because of this recent big move back here. I kind of like it if it starts to turn back up and get a little volume through 4, but I certainly don't love it. GLG gapped up 4 sessions ago, sold off, and is curling back up, so it's actually holding up nicely. I want to keep a close eye on that one tomorrow. IGC, I don't know, kind of like that ZSAN. It's still intact, but I like it a little bit less than I did. This was my favorite chart coming into today. I'll zoom in a little bit and show you. See this big move, and then it was kind of flagging. You had extra volume on Friday and a pretty strong close. But then today, it just did that. Gave no buy signal. I just didn't do anything with it, but it looks pretty good over today's high, over 222. Then we've got Friday's high of 232. And then maybe kind of a clean flag break. So I do still want to watch it. NK, nice breakout today. Nice job by a couple members in chat. Charles M. and Art both spotted this one early. And this gave a few setups long. I never did trade this one, but you know, it ended up closing pretty strong. Has great volume today and is kind of really close to breakout territory here. So I want to watch that one tomorrow. ZYNE. Really nice 2-day run. Now you're 3 days lower, but a bit of a bottoming tail. Held the 20-day, declining volume, so maybe that one's ready to turn up tomorrow. IDEX. I like this chart. Big pop back here. Then it's kind of flagging, right? From here and coiling, and it's been bouncing up and down, up above 2, down below 2. Extra volume on these little pop days. And the other day, which would have been, what, 4 sessions ago, it hit 210. Today it tops out at 206. I like it over today's high, over 206. Could easily get it to take out that 210. And then I look at the chart and say, hey, here's another couple potential catalysts above. The break at 223 and the break at 226. And then maybe a run to the 200-day there. So fairly clean chart there on IDEX. DERM, after the gap up and the crazy range day, it's kind of starting to coil and sort of flagging below the whole number 14. But so far, after the gap up day, you'd have to say longs are kind of winning, right? Because it's curling up and it's certainly worth watching. And then OMED, just a penny stock that had a nice pop back here and kind of flagging maybe up through $1. It could challenge and retake and maybe break out over this 108. You know, not a big list, and I'm kind of hopeful that we'll see some nice gappers in the morning. A lot of times, if you get a really clean gapper and then an A+ setup after the open, you can catch your daily goal and then just kind of relax and take trades as they come. So kind of really leaning towards hoping we find some nice gap plays tomorrow, because I'm not in love with this list, but there are a couple on here that I really do like. So, all right, anyway, I'm done babbling. We'll see y'all tomorrow.